inappropriate, as some are saying that it was. The police chief out there, Bratton, is saying, look, we got to look into this because we're not exactly sure what went down, but we're going to be studying it over the next few days.
Yeah, they had 10 people with minor injuries, 7 reporters with injuries. They want to know really why it seems as though they were targeting some members of the media. So William Bratton, who made his name working with Rudy Giuliani in New York and helping restore some semblance of order to this wonderful city, will try to bring some order to which often is a very controversial police department, the LAPD.
Yeah, there was a reporter out there by the name of Patricia Nazario, and she got roughed up by a police baton. Now, keep in mind, she was wearing a press pass, and she was holding a microphone with a mic flag on it. So it's not as if, ooh, look at what's happening in the spot shadow there. Anyway, as the police hit her, she said, what are you doing? I'm a member of the press. So Bratton's going to get to the bottom of it, try to figure out how things went wrong out there. All right, let's talk a little bit about James McGreevey, the former governor of my home state of New Jersey. He, as is indicated by the cover...
Did you vote for him?
Did I vote for
That's a
McGreevey?
personal question, Brian.
But it's okay.
Actually, I did not.
You didn't?
But here is the thing about him. He wants to be an Episcopal priest. And in fact, on Sunday, he started the 13-step
process?
Steps. Yeah, I don't know if it's a process or whatever it is toward ordination in the Episcopal.
It's a two-year program, right?
You know, 3 years ago, Gene Robinson became the first openly gay priest in the Episcopalian Church, and that caused, of course, a tremendous amount of controversy. And now McGreevey says, I mean, I don't know. This, as I said earlier, this is mind-blowing to me. If you listen to his former wife, who's been out now talking because she's released her own book recently, she said, look, he wanted to be president of the United States, and she believes that that's why he married her, which she says was a sham, and that's why they had a child together. To me, this is just more of getting into the public eye. I mean, what else is this guy going to say now that he's going to be?
Well, you know what?
Maybe he wants redemption.
You get a lot of publicity, but after a while, you got to do it. So if you're just doing it for publicity, then the bottom line is, up comes Sunday, and you're working. Yeah. And, and people are coming up to you asking for forgiveness, and you're doing the sign of the cross, and you're the mantle of wisdom, the oracle.
Well, here's the thing. He's also teaching ethics at a university out in New Jersey, and that's a thing that is extraordinary. But here's the thing. He's come out and he said, look, I did all this stuff, and he's looking for redemption. And you know what? He's got some guy, an Australian guy, who's now his partner. They seem very happy. So that's the very latest in the crazy story of Jim McGreevey.
Right. Hopefully that it'll all go away. 9 minutes after the hour, that's what the president of Iran thinks. He saw his teacher, and I'm talking about President Ahmadinejad, and I hope he stays in power because I'm just able to pronounce his name.
I admire him for doing this.
What are you talking about?
He saw his old school teacher. It was Teacher's Day in Iran, and so what does he do? He gives her a little squeeze, gives her a little embrace, and then he publicly kissed her on the hand.
Brian, I think
we've got a picture.
Do we have a picture?
Yeah, I think so.
I think that he learned his lessons from you because you typically, you know, use your hands in greeting people.
There it is right there.
Yes, if I mean shaking. But what happened is, this is what happens. I think everyone in this room could say one time you go to give someone a greeting and it escalates. And this is clearly what happened. He sees his teacher on Teacher Day. They go to shake hands, and then he ends up hugging her.
He kissed her on the hand.
This is forbidden. This is forbidden in the Sharia law there. Physical contact, you cannot have any with a woman unless you're related to her. So, and even then, would you be able to have, in public, would you be able to have physical contact on skin?
I don't think so, because evidently, I guess when he was being taught by her, I think he saw her skin, because that was before the Islamic rules came.
Yep,
so he was able to maybe wear shorts to class, not anymore. So he says this Hezbollah is outraged by
Hezbollah newspaper.
It's not the same Hezbollah.
It's not the same Hezbollah?
No.
Yeah.
You mean there's a good Hezbollah?
Well, no,
apparently they franchised it.
They say this kind of indecency progressively has grave consequences, like violating religious and sacred values. But the good news is no one spotted skin-to-skin contact, except, of course, for the shaking of the hand.
Well, the amazing thing to me is that this newspaper actually would come out and criticize Ahmadinejad, because usually when you criticize him, you're in big trouble.
Right. But maybe the Ayatollahs aren't happy, but maybe he took a look at Richard Gere and said Richard Gere showed so much passion when he grabbed that famous actress.
No, you know what? He wasn't, the president of Iran not showing passion. Just, hey, that's my teacher, gave her a squeeze. That's what Richard Gere did. Big difference.
And when two lovers woo, they still say I love you.
Brian, who's
This
singing
is Jimmy Durante.